So I'm generally interested. Is it just my boys that are special, or does anyone else have the same issues that's got 2 or more children? So I know me and my sister, we argued. I know we argued. I can't ever remember us being as bad as my boys though. So my eldest is 17, my youngest is 13. Literally, every time they're together, they argue. Now, today's argument I need to tell you about because it's what the actual fuck. This argument has been going on, as my sister will vouch, for approximately, I'm going to say 6 to 8 weeks. She's heard the argument. In fact, everybody has heard the argument. I've affectionately named it Applegate. Okay, so let me explain. I have a 91-year-old gran. She lives in like a converted garage next to my parents. Okay, so picture the scene. My boys were at my parents' house having their tea, which they do once a week. They were in the conservatory. They were sat at the table. Now, Daniel was facing the outside wheelie bin, and James had his back to it, but was sort of at an angle. Now, my gran ate half an apple. She then went outside, stood by the bin, and decided she was going to throw the apple inside the wheelie bin, but she was literally stood right next to it. So as she threw the apple, it completely missed and it hit the ground on the outside. So what the story is, James is saying he told Daniel, oh my God, look what Baba's just done. She completely missed the wheelie bin and she was stood right over it, and he was howling and laughing and blah, 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 blah. Daniel's saying he witnessed it. He saw it happen. James is saying he definitely didn't. James is the one that told Daniel about it. Daniel's saying actually factually incorrect because he was facing the bin. So I'm sort of condensing this argument. They managed today, and again, I'm going to say it, 6 to 8 weeks on, to still argue about that for an hour. 1 hour. We are sat there having lunch. They argued about who saw Baba miss the wheelie bin throwing in an apple for 1 goddamn hour. Is that mental? What even is that? So, how do we settle this argument? Because it's been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. They decided the only way they could settle it was to get Grandad, my dad, to go through all his CCTV, because he has it outside the conservatory, to see who saw the apple throwing incident. So then they argued over the date and time of the incident and when it occurred. And I'm sat there thinking, oh my actual God, do these children belong to me? Do they actually belong to me? It's the craziest argument I've ever heard in the whole of my life. The argument then somehow managed to get onto the fact that Daniel, and I quote, said, if the CCTV proves I was looking in the direction of the bin, James, you've got to give me 400 quid. James agreed. He agreed. Okay, Daniel, I'll take £400 out of my saving and I'll give you it because we both know you did not see the apple throwing. I told you about it. Then they start arguing again, literally start arguing again. So I had to end the argument by saying, look, boys, seriously, you just need to see this CCTV because I'm not going to sleep at night now not knowing who is actually correct, whether you both saw the apple throwing incident, whether just James did and told Daniel. I need to know. I actually now need to know for my own sanity. So they text my dad. And it's like, Grandad, we need to come round. We need to go through all your CCTV for like the last few weeks because we can't remember the exact date. And my dad's like, sure, of course you can. Come round. So they go and I get a call about an hour later I'm all excited. I'm thinking, finally, I'm going to find out the truth about Applegate, what actually happened on that day. My dad deleted all the CCTV, didn't he? He actually deleted it. I can't even tell you. My heart sank. My heart sank. Nobody now will ever know the truth about what happened on that evening of a Wednesday or a Thursday. We're not sure. Gutted. One word, gutted. So the moral of the story is don't have fucking kids because they're a nightmare. No, the moral of the story is, I don't even know what the moral is, but I don't think this is ever going to end now because James is adamant Daniel didn't see it. Daniel's adamant he did. How do we solve it? We've actually now got no proof. So, yeah, that's the end of that. But I'm really interested. Does anybody else have a story of like the world's stupidest argument? Because it can't just be my boys. It can't just be my boys. I'm trying to rack my brains to think what me and my sister could have argued about. But I think our arguments were relevant, were valid. She was just a prick when we were growing up. She just got me in trouble all the time. That was proper. This, I mean, who actually gives a shit? My gran missed the bin. I mean, she's 91. She probably couldn't see it. Anyway, I just had to share because I can't cope with them. I mean, what even is going on? I do love them though. They keep me entertained. But 1 hour, people, 1 hour having to listen to literally Applegate. 1 goddamn hour. Anyway, I think I'm ready for a gin. Is it even gin time? What time is it? Thanks, I like my jumper too. It's cool, isn't it? I've actually got nothing on below because I'm going for a bath in a minute. So I'm actually in my pants. You didn't really need to know that. Anyway, thanks, Charlotte. I have been to the hairdresser today and she put it in plaits because it's shit weather, isn't it? It's raining. But I've had my fringe cut because I actually couldn't see out one eye. And I don't cut it myself because the last time I cut it myself, everybody took the rip and thought I was actually special. So, well, I am special, we all know that, but more special. Anyway, there goes my story of my boys and Applegate. And now nobody will ever know the truth. The end. Enjoy your Saturday night, people. Have a good one.